Yo, what's up, guys? Keaton from Me and the Crew. We're here with Darian, and this past Sunday or Saturday, whatever, this weekend, he got what place?
Got second.
Hey, at the San Antonio Regionals, playing what deck?
Playing DracoPals.
All right, this deck got a lot of people kind of asking questions like how you did it and stuff. And yeah, I guess the deck profile will kind of explain it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it.
All right, so obviously 3 luster because that's the core of the deck. It's a pendulum deck. Card's really good. With that, you know, you're gonna play the 3 plush fire just because the combo is really stupid. Just being able to get your damage jugglers and stuff. You know, 3 damage juggler because it searches all the stuff you need. I played 3 mirror conductor just because I like being able to search the low scale and I like popping a self luster for an extra level 4 monster. Its switching attack and defense effect came up a lot over the day, and it was really good. I played 1 trick clown and 1 hat tricker. I thought this was a really good ratio because I don't want to open these cards a whole lot. I want to search them, and if I do open them, it's just it takes more combo away from my hand. So, but they're both good cards, and at 1 they're both really good.
Yeah.
So the difference in the deck is I said DracoPals. I played Performapals. 3 Joker, this card's amazing. Normal summon, search a pal, and the pals all have really cool effects that I thought were really good going into the event. So along with the Coach Jokers, I played a 2 Lizard Draw, which this is actually really cool because it can help you get out of brick hands. You place it in your scale, it's a high scale, and it can draw a card by destroying itself, which also not only lets you draw the card, it actually clears itself from your scale so that you can put a different scale on there if you need to. Played 2 Silver Claw as my other high scale for the PAL engine. This one's really cool. It makes Joker 2100. It makes itself 2100, and it helps you get over stuff. You know, it's a cool card.
This card won you your last round, right? Against the DDD player.
Against the DDD player, comboed with Part Naga, which also has a cool effect. It bumps your monsters up by 300 for all the performance power cards you control, including yourself. So against the DDD player round 9, game 2. I had this in the scales, and I was just summoning this and swinging. He was drawing into 1 card and had a fusion spell that was dead, face up on the board. So he was taking 1,000 every turn, drawing into 1 card every turn.
Gotcha.
But this was just swinging for 3,300, and it was really good.
Cool.
The last card I played is a camel. It doesn't really have a good pendulum effect. It doesn't have an amazing monster effect. It's a low scale, but I like this scale because you can actually summon your lizard with it. And if you have access to double lizard, to clear your board, you get to draw cards, no matter what. Because this thing's effect is if a monster you control is destroyed, you draw cards equal to the amount of Performance Pal monsters on your board. So it's really cool just if you're getting into a grindier game with somebody and you have these and you get this in the scale, boom, you're going to start drawing cards if they try to clear your board. If they don't clear your board, you still have a board.
Gotcha.
So onto the little solo stuff. I played a Thunder King because it's cool in the mirror. It's good against pretty much most everything in this format. It's only really not good against Cosmo. I only drew it once against my round 1 opponent, my buddy Keaton here actually.
Hey.
And it got mirror forced and got knocked out the tournament.
Sure. Got it.
1 Masked Chameleon. I searched this card off Feral Imps more than anything else in my deck, pretty obviously. 1 Jacobite was really good. I didn't search it very much. I normally used it when I opened it. But I mean, it was really good for making rank 4 plays without having to pendulum summon.
You just like those two targets for Feral Imp?
Well, I actually have 6 targets for Feral Imp because of the pals. Both of these targets were Feral Imps, so my opponent got really confused because he didn't know I was playing the PAL engine. I detached a Feral Imp, he looked at my grave, saw a Chameleon and a Gigabite, didn't negate it with Deviati, and I searched one of these as a scale, and he just lost because of it. God. It was really funny.
I like it.
So
cool.
The last monsters are 2 Maxi. I really like this card. I also never drew it at the tournament. It got mirror forced away with the Thunder King, I guess. Onto the spells, 3 Wavering Eyes for obvious reasons. I got this off for 4 once. But this was really good just for avoiding MSTs. There was a Cosmo player who fairy winded me twice, and I was able to avoid it and get a Joker to normal summon and get another scale.
Did you ever agree to side it out with anyone?
I only played 1 matchup against another Pendulum deck, and he didn't want to because he was playing Magicians and he felt confident about his Pendulum call. He also got Wavering for 4 game 3.
I see.
So,
Gotcha.
3 upstarts because 37 cards is good.
True.
2 MST because I don't want to lose to main deck Emptiness or Anti-Spell.
Yes.
2 Instant Fusion because it's a good card. I sided this card out, one of these cards out, every single match because I wanted to cut it to 1 before the event, and I decided to do that during the event instead.
A little too late.
Yeah, I never really had a problem with it. Drawing 2 was not very good, but luckily I never drew both of them at the event. I only ever drew 1. So, but I didn't want to open 2. In testing, I did that a couple times, and I usually lost those games.
Gotcha.
Last card, 1 Emptiness, just because this is a really good card.
Yeah. Did that ever get just spaced?
No, it did not. There was one round where it did get Galaxy Cyclone against an Infernoid player.
Gotcha.
So.
As expected.
Yeah. I guess onto the side deck.
Yeah.
2 Veiler. This is mainly for anything that plays Joker or Ignister. As well as it can hit other random matchups, like I don't know, like maybe Tellers and stuff. It stops Trivial Loop with anti-spell.
Yeah.
I didn't draw it at the event. I didn't side it in very much. 2 Denko. This is for, honestly, I want to say pretty much every matchup.
Everything except for the mirror.
I sided in the mirror if I go second, because at this point the mirror is not wanting to side out Wavering Eyes because they can either quote unquote play around it or they can, just do whatever. They don't feel like they want to side it out because it's too good of a card. Well, if I'm going second, you're going to set your Wavering Eyes, I'm going to Denko second, and then I'm going to Wavering Eyes you. So, have fun with that.
Gotcha.
But it came in handy a lot. I think I sided this 6 out of 8 rounds. The only thing I didn't side it was against Infernoids.
Gotcha.
2 Vectors. I didn't see this card. The idea was for Pendulum Mirror matches, but I only played 1. So, I'm going to do more testing with it and see how it goes. 2 Mistaken Arrest. The idea of this was, Magicians and maybe the Mirror. But, Magicians, Pendulum Call, get Mistaken Arrested, lose the game. I didn't see this card either. 1 Regeki. I sided this in against everything except Cosmo, I think. And then I sided it against 1 Cosmo because game 2 I saw Majesty's Fiend. But, I mean, it was good whenever I drew it. It's Regeki.
You didn't like it in the main deck?
I didn't like it in the main deck just because it's not a combo piece. I want all my non-combo pieces to be cards that can, just stand alone win the game. Regeki doesn't always just win the game. Because this format, you have Pendulums, you're going to Regeki aboard a Pendulum monsters, they're going to come back.
Yeah.
Or you're going to Regeki Cosmos and more stuff's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, 1 Bottomless. This was really good whenever I drew it. I sided it for the mirrors and for Cosmos. I had a Dark Destroyer with it, and I think that's... I had a Dark Destroyer with it, I had a Deviati with it. So, both of those were really good. Warning, also good. I sided this in almost every matchup. Cosmo was the most important one that I wanted this card for. And funnily enough, out of the 3 Cosmo matches I played, I went to game 3 in all of them, and I drew this card 6 times.
Gotcha.
So, it was really good every time I flipped it.
Broken.
2 Threatening Roar. This card's amazing. I really like this card. I'm going to continue to keep playing it. It stopped me from getting OTK'd against Cosmo. My Inferno player round 3, game 2. I set this, and it was my only back row. He charged for Lila, popped it, I flipped it. He didn't know what to do. He put a Deviati on board. I was able to make an Ignister and part Naga over the Deviati.
Wow, that's crazy. You just like 2, you don't like 1 or 3?
No, I think 2 is a good number. You don't want to dead draw it, but you want to make sure you see it.
Yeah.
So.
Gotcha.
The last 2 is 2 Typhoons. Goes in against the Mirror match, goes in against Cosmo. Anything else that might play anti-spell Fragrance. So it was really good. It hit a couple anti-spells against Cosmo.
Definitely.
Onto the extra. 1 Nodin. This is one of the other reasons I only wanted to play 1 Instant Fusion. I don't want to draw 2 and it'd be dead. But, Nodin, good card. Instant Fusion. 1 Omega. Card's amazing with Juggler.
Yeah,
First turn combos. Also hitting cards out of your opponent's hand to stop their combos. I've made this card a lot, so. 2 Ignister, pretty obvious. It's a good card. You make it a lot. 1 Dweller. I never made it. It was for, jugglers and stuff. 1 Emerald. I made this once, and it was to try and draw into, a more safe OTK, but I still was able to OTK him anyways. 1 Magister. I made this once just to bait a Deviati effect.
Gotcha.
Direwolf. I made this a couple of times. Once against Cosmo to pop a back row because I had MST for his other back row, and then he got OTK'd. The other one got Grand Horned, and I don't really know why. I thought that was weird that he popped my Direwolf to let me draw a card. But
yeah.
I guess he didn't want to die that turn. He died next turn.
God. Gotcha.
Castel, I made that a lot. Just, getting rid of problem monsters in back row.
You just like 1?
Yeah, 1's fine. You don't need 2. There's not a whole lot of room in the extra deck as it is. And
yeah.
I mean, there's a certain card I play that you'll see later. That's the reason I wouldn't be able to play 2.
Okay.
101 actually came up a couple of times. My idea for this was I don't like this card. So I'm going to ask people to not play with it. If they want to keep it in and make me go first, I'm going to do this to you if I draw it. So if you're going to try and gimp me, I'm going to gimp you. I don't like it.
Gotcha.
But it actually came up. It took a Deviati, or it baited a Deviati so that I could go for game, and it took a Wicked Witch actually. He didn't have a monster in his hand, and I was able to take a Wicked Witch with it. It was really good.
Gotcha.
2 Fairlamp. I have a lot of targets for this. The I think double Feral Imp came up more than any other card in my extra deck. So I resolved this card up to 3 times in probably at least half of my games. I don't think there was a single game where I didn't make that card. Ragna, just for obvious mirror conductor reasons, but I never made it. Trapeze to help go for OTKs, I made it a couple of times. Not a whole lot, but it did what it needed to do.
Yeah.
And the last card I played is a little bit of a tech. It's a Zenmates.
For the lizard draws?
It's A for the lizard draws because you can summon those and make this with it to either protect yourself or get rid of a problem monster that's in the main deck. The other idea behind it is that when I was playtesting going into the event, the only game I dropped to Cosmo was because he Stygian Dirged me. Gotcha. So I was just like, if I had this card, I was talking about playing this card beforehand. If I had it, I would have won. But it never came up at the regional, so.
I got you. You never made it once?
No, I didn't make it. The 2 people who sided Stygian Dirge against me didn't draw them.
Gotcha.
So.
So what were your matchups?
Round 1 I played against Keaton over here with Tellers. Round 2 was Cosmo, which I was actually that dude's only loss until the final round. And he lost the final round and not top.
Oh, wow.
Round 3 I played against Infernoids and I beat him. The PAL engine put in a lot of work in that matchup. Round 4 I played against my buddy from Houston, Michael Temez. Shout out to him. He actually won the regional. He was my only loss of the day.
Yeah.
Round 5 and 6 were actually both Cosmo players again, and neither of them had a chance. It went pretty quick for both matchups.
Gotcha.
Round 7 was the one Magician deck I played. He was playing Magician Pepe. My buddy Derek from San Antonio. We had a pretty good match, but he got wave ranked for 4 game 3, and I went second and did it for turn 1.
Gotcha.
So. And then final round I played against the
DDD player.
The DDD player who actually got 9th at the regional. I was his second loss, and I was the reason he didn't top. It was an interesting match. I didn't know a lot about what the deck did. I knew what the cards did, but not like the
combos. Yeah,
not like the combos and like the win conditions of the deck.
Yeah.
So it took me a little bit just to figure out like how to beat it, but once I did, I 2-0 him.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else you want to say about your deck or that you would change?
Not really. I'm testing a couple things out, but I'm not sure exactly where it's gonna go. So there's nothing I could specifically say right now about like what I want to do with it. I do want to give a couple shoutouts to Aaron over here who theorized.
What's up?
He theorized pretty much the original list. I tweaked it a little bit just to my liking, my specifications, and it performed amazingly. Obviously, shout out to Keaton recording the video and getting to play round 1 for the first time in a long time.
Getting the Swift 2-0.
It happens, dude.
Yeah.
And shout out to Team Yeet for doing what they do.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, congratulations on the top, and yeah, you already know we're gonna see him at the next regional with another one of these mats.
Hey.
And yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, go and leave a like and subscribe. See y'all later.